Two breaking updates just shook up Raider Nation. One involves a certain legendary name who, even off the field, is stirring up serious buzz behind the scenes. The other raises red flags for a unit that had been earning praise, until now. Meanwhile, young guys like Jonah Laulu are quietly making moves away from the spotlight. If you're a true Raiders fan and want fast, no BS updates before anyone else, I suggest subscribing to the channel. This content's made for those who actually follow the team. Now, let's talk about that high-profile presence that's been getting a little too much attention. Alright, let's talk about what's going on in Vegas and with the Raiders' D-line. And yeah, there's some juicy Tom Brady chatter mixed in too. So, the silver and black have a pretty interesting rotation on their defensive front, and one dude that stands out is Jonah Laulu. The guy's got that homegrown vibe, straight out of Vegas and now grinding for his hometown Raiders. He's in year 2 with the squad and still finding his footing, but there's some solid growth happening. He's not setting the league on fire just yet, but he's carving out a role as a reliable piece in the trenches. After Monday's rough loss, Laulu had a few things to say, but it was head coach Pete Carroll on Tuesday who had to face some of the heavier questions. And let's just say the media wasn't holding back. One of the hot topics? Tom Brady. Yeah, the GOAT. Since he's a minority owner and now dipping into the broadcasting world, folks are raising eyebrows about him being around teams while also covering them. Conflict of interest? Carroll doesn't think so. He made it clear that Brady's been nothing but respectful. No secret game plans, no behind-the-scenes scheming. According to Pete, their chats are super casual, unplanned, and Brady's been very intentional about keeping it that way. So, for now, the Raiders aren't sweating it. Then there was the snap situation. And yeah, if you watched the game, you saw it. Carroll explained that the botched snap wasn't some wild meltdown, but rather center Jordan Meredith trying to jet out of his stance too fast. The ball clipped his backside, hit the turf, and messed up the rhythm. Geno Smith had to stretch to grab a few others, but Carroll brushed it off as something fixable. He's not sounding any alarms, just wants a little more accuracy and fewer jitters. Carroll also gave a quick breakdown on the run game. He liked what he saw from the backfield. Solid bursts, good vision. But one play got blown up because the running back went the wrong direction. Geno went one way, the back went the other. Yikes. Just a classic case of miscommunication in a system that's still coming together. Carroll's not panicking, though. He wants to see the young guy get more touches. 20 snaps a game would be ideal, so he can really find a rhythm. Bottom line, the Raiders are still in the build-it-up phase. Laulu's becoming a dude worth watching. The Brady drama's probably more smoke than fire, and Carroll's preaching patience while his squad tries to clean things up. And if that situation wasn't enough, the next update is even more concerning. Just in, the offensive line is right in the middle of a growing crisis. Alright, let's dive into what went down with the Raiders in their Monday night loss. And yeah, it wasn't the prettiest showing for the offensive line. After a rock-solid week 1, the big boys up front got roughed up a bit by the Chargers' defensive front. The line looked out of sync, struggling to give the offense any real momentum. And with the Washington Commanders and their nasty defensive line up next, this group's got to clean things up fast if they don't want things to get ugly again. Glaze, one of the guys in the trenches, faced the music after the game. You could hear the frustration but also a sense of urgency. They know the tape doesn't lie, and the fixes need to happen now, not later. Meanwhile, Coach Pete Carroll broke it down with his usual straight-up style. He actually found a silver lining in the second-half drive that lasted over 11 minutes. That possession had 5 third-down conversions. And yeah, converting 50% on third down overall is usually a recipe for success. Jakobi Meyers stepped up big on that drive, snagging some key catches and moving the chains. Carroll saw it as a glimpse of what this offense can be. Patient, methodical, and tough to stop when everyone's on the same page. But that patience part? That's where things fell apart. Carroll admitted it felt like the offense was rushing things at times. Like they wanted the knockout punch instead of sticking to the game plan and grinding it out. He also touched on the ground game, which, let's be real, was pretty non-existent. Just 50 or 60 rushing yards? That's not going to cut it in the NFL. Carroll acknowledged it straight up. He knows they've got to feed the rock more, but also reminded everyone that some of these guys, especially that young back, are still getting their feet wet in the league. He's not trying to shove 25 carries a game down the guy's throat just yet. It's all about letting him ease in, build confidence, and grow into the role. So, what's the vibe going forward? This team is still trying to find its identity. The offensive line has to bounce back in a big way, the run game needs life, and the whole offense has to stay cool under pressure. Carroll's not panicking, but he's definitely not sugarcoating it either. The clock's ticking, and they've got a tough test ahead. Let's be real. This team's far from where it needs to be. The O-line has to bounce back now, and there's no more time for excuses. If you breathe silver and black, hit subscribe and stay locked in for real Raiders coverage. No fluff.